Hey, girl. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the shop. Let's go live on Instagram. Welcome in, y'all. Give me a few seconds to get everything set up. Let y'all come on in here. Alrighty. All right, there we go. Welcome in, y'all. Hello. Happy Wednesday. I want to get into a good topic today. I want to talk about this idea. Um, you know how like when you're doing content, I know for me in my experience, when I do content and I have to like edit it, oh my God, I can sit on content for so long, just truly trying to edit it. So I want to talk about this idea of editing content and the pressure to have content that has like an aesthetic to it. So I hear that a lot. So I just want to talk about it. I'm not here to preach and teach, but I do want to talk about the idea of feeling pressure to have a video that's like with all the edits and CapCut and the sound effects. And again, sometimes we'll really sit on content because we're like, girl, I need to edit it. And the editing take 2 months. Try to do a 60-second video on TikTok. So I want us to talk about that and talk about if you've ever experienced the pressure of, dang, my business, my content has to have an aesthetic, it has to have a look. I experienced it. I understand what that's like. Even when I was coming up with the concept of the show, I was like, I'm gonna start doing a live show. And I was like, babe, you gotta redo my office, like you gotta redo my wall. I was like, you gotta paint it. We gotta go to Hobby Lobby. Like I gotta have the little microphone with the little boom on it. And I could have did a week of the show sitting at my dining room table, if I'm being honest. But I was like, well, I want that aesthetic. So is that something that helps us or hinders us? You know, because I could have had a week of the show in my back pocket, right? But I was like, well, so I was like, if I thought about that and I'm thinking about that, and I wonder if other ladies who have a business from home are thinking about the same thing. So, welcome in, y'all. Welcome to the show. If this is your first time here, we do this every weekday, girl. This is for the ladies who have a business, and our goal is just to get together every weekday. Shout out to the girls that are watching on TikTok to just talk about the stuff we got to conquer behind the scenes, child. Because you know, in front of our audience, we got to keep it together. But behind the scenes, we deal with a lot with our business, with our family, with work-life balance, with our confidence, the ability to be consistent. So while we're doing and conquering big things, we also want to talk about some of the stuff we got to conquer behind closed doors. Okay. So introduce yourself down in the chat. What's up, Winter? I see you on TikTok. Introduce yourself down in the chat, especially if it's your first time here. I love to learn about your business. But today we're going to talk about these edits. Getting in CapCut and spending 40 minutes on a 30-second TikTok. Does that really matter? Especially if you're still growing your audience. Does that really matter? The aesthetic. Does it really matter? Is it more important for you to just get out there and do it, whether it's just, doing it, or you do like I did? I was like, I gotta have a little aesthetic. I gotta have a little aesthetic here. Okay, shout out to Bay. Bay is in the chat, and y'all let me know what y'all think. Bay says appearance is everything for me because it has to match my brand. Fair point. Fair point. It's fair point. And I feel that's how I feel about Conquer too, with some stuff. Shout out to Winter. She's on TikTok. Winter says, hi, I've been following you for years on your Facebook community. I have a personal styling brand. Yes. I love that. What's up, girl? What's up, girl? Let's talk about it. Do you feel the pressure to have an aesthetically pleasing brand? What's up, y'all? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever y'all at. Honey, let's get into it. Now, y'all know we on the same social media. Do you feel the pressure to have an aesthetically pleasing brand? And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. What do you think? Because, and the reason why I want to talk about this, and I feel like there's no right or wrong answer, but I feel like that there are creators that I watch and love, and they literally just be talking from like they bed. One of the creators that I love watching is, let me think of somebody, Dre, who does the food reviews. I will watch every video. And he would just be sitting at his dining room table, just cracking open some food. And I'd be like, ooh, what he eating today? And then I have other creators that I watch that I really love also. And they got the whole shebang, the whole aesthetic. Do you think it matters? So we got Rashawn in the building. Shout out to the Conquer Club. Rashawn says, hey, everyone. I don't. So she's saying she doesn't feel the pressure to have this aesthetically pleasing brand. She says, I'm a travel agent, so most of my attire will be in a bathing suit or vacation attire. Okay. And that's exactly why I'm in the gym every day. I told y'all, don't let me slack up. Don't let me slack up. I love it. So we got Winner on TikTok. She said, it's hard trying to perfect everything because I want to attract luxury clientele. So do you think it makes a difference with the type of business you have? Winner says she's on TikTok. She says, but I know people want relatability also. That's fair. What's up, Allison? I see you, girl. See, y'all been showing up. I sure appreciate it so much. Do you feel the pressure to have this aesthetically pleasing brand? What do you think? I was like this even once I started to venture, which y'all know I always struggle with this part of my identity of being called a coach or a business coach. I don't feel like that's my identity. So I struggled with that because y'all see how I act. I was like, I don't know if this is a coach aesthetic. I don't know if this how no coach supposed to be on live acting. I don't know now. I don't know. But I noticed that there were times where it would force me to like create a narrative about something that really don't even exist. So I want to hear more about what you think. Does the aesthetic matter to you as a consumer? So let's say even if you're picking a coach or you're picking a mentor, you're trying to find a business bestie or whatever, does the aesthetic of what they have truly matter? What you think? So Ivana, shout out to Ivana. She's our newest member inside the Conquer Club. She said, it makes a difference to me. I used to go live in a t-shirt and rollers. Dang, girl, you weren't, baby. You weren't playing around. Now I feel like people respond better when I'm put together in a cute shirt with my hair done. I'm mad at that. Do you agree with that? I'm mad at that. I'm not mad at that. We have to talk about this because I have talked to and experienced so many times when I had the perfect idea. I'm talking about I had something that was spot on, but because it didn't have an aesthetic or it wasn't polished, I was like, I don't know, Deb. You might need to wait until you can hire somebody on Fiverr to put it together to do this, to do that. I'm just like, now, next thing I know, child, I done moved off that idea and I'm on something else. Who has time for that? What's up, Ty? Good morning, girl. Thank you for sharing the live on TikTok, Winner Girl. I sure do appreciate you, honey bun. And for those of you like who Winner said, where she's been kind of sticking around with Conquer, y'all know even with Conquer, I didn't come up with the concept of the colors and the name and the logo and the look. Like, if I would have had to come up with this on my own, child, I'll just not be coming out with it. But I do understand what Ivana is saying and what Winner is saying on TikTok about if you want to, man. Okay. I want to hear what y'all think. Rashana says, I mean, I'm not showing up in a bonnet, but when I'm traveling, a lot of my content will be in real time, and that's real life. This is the point. Rashana's making a good point here, and this is the point that I want to make. I feel like this. I feel like whatever aesthetic you have, that's just what it is. If you cook and your kitchen got, man, it's just an everyday kitchen and it's not no 30-foot island with 16 microwaves and, gold all on the backsplash, then baby, that's just what it is. Because if you can cook, hey, we're going to be locked in. We're going to be like, nah, that look like my kitchen. That look like, my stove look like that too. And that's just what it is. Rashana says, I'm not putting on makeup or getting on fancy if I'm not like that, for real. Shout out to Latasha. Latasha says, yes, I do. So she feels like this matters. She said, as a graphic designer, I've noticed in my own work that if my designs weren't beautifully mocked up or if my clients didn't look polished in the final visuals, people would just scroll past without a second glance. I get more engagement when things are polished. Ooh, fair point. Is it like that for you and your business? Do you get more engagement when things are polished, when you spent, y'all know how it is trying to edit a video in CapCut. Yeah. Then don't get to the end and they be like, you've used a pro feature. You like, listen, throw the whole video away. Ty says, I make sure my hair done and my face is clean. But as of lately, baby, I just been showing up. Hello. I'm here for that. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I feel like even for me, and y'all know when I go live, I'm gonna do a little 1-2 on my makeup. And I'm a whatever. But that's what I would do anyway. So like I'm saying, I feel like whatever aesthetic is truly your real life, I think that is just worth honoring. But I also feel with Latasha saying that in her branding business, right, she does graphics. It seems like what she's saying is she's got to be a walking, talking, living, breathing example of what she wants in a customer. And I feel like that is truly the issue. We have to look like what we're talking about. And the only way we can truly look like what we're talking about is if we actually live it. This is why you see people, and I talk to some ladies and I challenge their idea on, oh, my brand is luxury. Oh, my brand is luxury. And nothing about them or their everyday life is luxury. Like, that's okay. Why you feeling the pressure to be luxury? Why you just can't be who you are and grow it from there? I mean, but I'm not, whatever. Rashana says it really depends on the industry you're in. A coach, yes. Graphic designer, yes. Tax professional, yes. Real estate, yes. Travel agent, come on now, girl. Are you really traveling or are you trying to just look cute? What's up, Sharnice? Welcome in, girl. Happy Wednesday, honey. I'm feeling good about the live today, child. Winner on TikTok says aesthetics doesn't matter to me as a consumer, though. I purchase from people in different lifestyles. That I feel. I feel that. I feel that. There are truly, see, that's what I'm telling y'all. I've been locked into both. There are business owners that I follow and I trust their word. Have been to their events and all of that, and it's not because of the aesthetic. It's because I was like, man, what they talk about makes sense. It's just good content. What's up, Kendra? Hey, girl. She says, hello, everyone. We're talking about this idea of spending all the time editing your video. Does it really matter? The transitions, the captions, the aesthetics to the video. If you're going to cook, don't you need the camera that's strapped around your head and point down and you got the angle of the smoke coming up and all that? Does it really matter? Or can you just be like, turn on your camera and just be like, oh, hey, y'all, I'm going to cook some macaroni today. Allison says, as far as my weight or skin tone, I would not have passed any back in the day paper bag tests. And at the beginning, I have not chosen as a teacher, if only going by my size. But I've never been a makeup girly. I'm making my backgrounds from my StreamYard as a way to showcase myself and be presentable. Y'all, this is a good topic. Thank you for sharing too, Allison. Thank you for sharing. This is a good topic. I think that I wanted to talk about this today because I was sitting in my bed editing the video, which I only got a video that I was editing. And I was sitting up there thinking, I said, dang, I got so many TikToks and stuff that I have to edit. And I said, I'm going live on TikTok on my show. I said, but my last TikTok was March 16th. I was like, damn, that's insane. And the reason why is because I have 29 perfect shorts sitting in the pile to be edited. Just pitiful. Truly pitiful. Truly pitiful. Ty says, hey, ladies. What's up, girl? What's up, BFF? Rashana says, putting on a wig to go jump in and see note in Mexico is crazy. Y'all finna get these locks in the adventure. I love it. I honor the authenticity of I love when I see people just doing their thing and it's just, real life. Ivana says, listen, I know a financial planner whose aesthetics where I came from when I was living with my mom in the projects. Wait. Oh, wait. She says, I know a financial planner whose aesthetic is where I came from. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So she stay in the projects and that's her aesthetic and she a financial planner. Wow. What y'all think about that? Would you trust that? Because this is real. This is real. I talk to a lot of women and I'm not ever here to discount anybody's dreams. That's not my right. I can't say that because your brand isn't super aesthetic or because you're not rich today that God can't change your life overnight. I don't have the right to say that. But in Ivana's case, I see what she's saying. Like your title is financial planner, but in this season of your life, you're still in the projects. What do y'all think about that? Is that somebody that's saying, hey, this is just where I am today? And I'm going to turn on my camera and go live. And maybe I do live in the hood today, but I know a lot about finances. I have a lot that I can teach you. And here's the information. Or do we wait and trust them until they're in the business? They're coming on live with all of the things and they've got their, their physical planner and does it matter? And if we say it matters, who are we to say that's not where she is called to be? Man. Hey, I said I was gonna do it for a good, fun, goofy live today. And here we is getting deep again. Sharnice says, I understand looking pleasing, but I know a few people that appear well but have no meat or real knowledge. I'm just gonna go to the next comment. Because my show is not gonna be messy. My show not gonna be messy with y'all. Not gonna be messy with y'all. We are on the same. I get it. And let me say this. Let me use myself as the ultimate example. There have been times where even myself, where everything was aesthetically pleasing and there was no substance underneath because I was just trying to grasp at the straws of what I thought would really pull people in, which I thought it was the look, which a piece of it is, but I don't think that that's the entire puzzle. But I feel you. She said, I understand looking pleasing, but I know a few people that appear well but have no meat or real knowledge. I feel that. What's up, Chloe? Shout out to the Conquer Club. Allison says, I trust people I can get good energy from, and I know some from all walks of life. I mean, I'm in the hood, Ivana. She said, I'm in the hood too, Ivana. Okay. I ain't mad at that. And I agree. I know some good people from all walks of life. I know some people that can get on TikTok right now with a kitchen that ain't number 200 square feet and probably can run circles around somebody with all them fancy aesthetics. So who knows? Steffi says, hey, what's up, Steffi and Denisha? Shout out to the Conquer Club, y'all. What's up, y'all? Make sure y'all tap the screen too, please. All right, and we'll be moving on too because later on in the show today, we are going to bring back the 1 minute mastermind. We're going to be doing that later, where I'm going to be talking about 3 systems that I use to cut down time on some of my content when I do make it, okay? Ivana says, I can't trust you for that specific industry unless you got some experience under your belt. So I'm assuming we're talking about the financial planner. You ain't trusting no financial planner that's like, hey, it don't seem like you've planned your finances, so you can't be my financial planner. Rashana says, I feel this. I love a good underdog story. I'm from the projects and I made it, baby, straight from the hood. I feel that. Denisha says, I love underdogs. She says, I started my business with a bag with some jewelry in it and a hustle, baby. That's real. I think that's real. I think that's real. I think that's real. Denisha says, I changed my finances within 6 months of the hustle. Now, Ivana said, now let her clear something up, okay? She says, let me clear it up. I'm classy ratchet. I never forget where I came from. But for something like financial planning, I need to know you have experience with what you're teaching me and want me to invest in. I gotta now with a financial planner, I ain't gonna, hey, you're gonna have to open up your stock portfolio for me, okay? You're gonna have to know what's going on beyond TikTok. I feel you on the financial planner. I do. Ty says, this is such a good topic. I am in the middle. I know so many people who have the knowledge and consistency, but no aesthetic. And then vice versa. People who have the aesthetic, but sometimes not the knowledge or consistency. What matters the most to you as a consumer? Let's go as a consumer. Y'all know I always say put your consumer hat on sometimes. What matters the most to you as a consumer? Do you tend to navigate to people, business owners, opportunity when there is an aesthetic? And when I'm saying aesthetic, I mean like the good consistent branding, those colors, the you could tell they put effort into setting it up and all of the things. Like I call this an aesthetic, right? I got my brand colors. It's only one wall, like it's completely mismatched from the rest of my room, but I need an aesthetic for this live stream, okay? What you think as a consumer now when it's time and I'm not just talking about, here's the thing, y'all, too. I'm not just talking about people we follow. I'm talking about people that we spend that coin with, people that you spend that money with. Denisha says, now look now. Denisha says, many will procrastinate with starting their business because they want to be all put together. I'm gonna have to get some sound effects. That's a mic drop. That's the downside sometimes. And I've seen it with my own two eyes. I'm experiencing it right now, girl. I just told you I got 29 TikToks sitting in my Opus Pro account. I got to edit them today, actually, because I have to get them out. They're supposed to go out by the third show of the week this past Monday. I'm 2 days overdue. Denisha says, from a financial planner, now that makes sense. Now, I think we probably agreeing on their financial planner now. But again, who am I to tell her what really God called her to do? So Ty says, as a consumer, the most important thing for her is the knowledge and quality. That's fair. Thank you for the follow on TikTok, girl. Hey, honey bun. Y'all join in because we want to know what's important to you as a consumer. Is it important that they have the aesthetic? Or is it just important that they know what they're talking about and they're consistent? There have been times where I do TikTok and babe, I just open up my phone, start talking, I don't edit it or nothing, and just click save. Sharnice says, I started doing facials in my living room. Oh, it was tasteful and clean. But honey, price went up when I got a space. An underdog will win every time. Ooh. I like how y'all are. This is the reason why this is a good topic. And because we're all women business owners, especially most of us are Black women, it's important for us to hear this message, okay? Because we all are on the same social media every day. And I feel like if me and y'all were all in one room sitting, we could say that we like a little aesthetic one too. But I think the reality is we like a bit of human element in there a lot more than we give it credit for. And I feel like this is kind of what y'all are saying with this idea of an underdog because there's a humanity element there. There's a relatability element there. So my sister's closet, she's on TikTok. She said the aesthetic doesn't matter to me because looks are deceiving. Just like that man. Them looks deceived. Yeah. Mm. Good point, girl. And here's the thing too. I think this is another reason why some of us may be conflicted because a lot of us have gotten a situation with a business owner, whether it was somebody trying to collaborate with us. I know I ain't experienced this. Somebody trying to collaborate, or you're trying to buy from somebody or something, and the look and the aesthetic of it was better than anything after that. The aesthetic was better than the whole experience. The look of it was better than any knowledge or customer experience you got. The height of the experience was the branding and aesthetics that pulled you in from the beginning. So I feel you on that. Allison says, I navigate to authenticity of what the brand says is mission and vision, not just the looks. Looks can be very deceiving. Yeah. Fair point. Fair point. Fair point. Yeah. Rashana, okay. Now Rashana's making a point. Rashana says, I don't think I would be here with you if your aesthetics wasn't together, Deb. Just being honest. Like I wouldn't have taken you serious as a consumer. That's fair. I feel you. I feel you. Because there is yeah, I know I told y'all I was not in my coach era for a little bit. My last mentor that I had was with Chase Bank. I had a business mentor. But for this next season of my business, for my speaking career, there is a coach that I'm really, 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 really looking at. I love her information. I love the stuff she's putting out, and just listen to her free stuff has helped me out a ton, right? It's helped me make a ton of money in my business. And I feel like she has the trifecta. She has the quality, she has the consistency, and she has the knowledge. And now that I'm thinking about Rashana saying she does kind of got that, I'm like, nah, somebody got to be able to handle my branding. I got to be able to see theirs. So Rashana said, as a consumer, if you aren't traveling, let me go back. Nah, I was gonna say, what y'all be here if I ain't had no steady. I'm just playing. Rashana said, as a consumer, if you aren't traveling, I'm not spending a coin with you. If you are a travel agent, I'm sorry. You need to be you need to be traveling. Attraction marketing is important. Mm, mm. Y'all making some good points. What's up, Coco? Coco, straight up from out here, Dallas, Texas is in the building. She says, Tote & Carry creativity is off the charts. Their branding and promotion videos are aesthetically pleasing, similar to you, Deb. Thank you, girl. Your branding is impressive and it's getting better every day, but your consistency and dedication is top tier to me. Thank you so much, my love. Thank you. And this is the exact point we're making. The aesthetics and the look of it, I don't think that we can discount that sometimes it does play a part and it does give leverage. Can we agree on that? But I feel like it's not the entire puzzle. It's not the entire pie. It's just a piece of it. It feels like what's really resonating with us as consumers is the quality of whatever their business is trying to do and the consistency. I gotta go back to the comment because I should appreciate it, girl. I sure do appreciate it so much. I appreciate that, girl. Ivana says, I feel like you know what you're talking about and could lead me because of how you show up and present yourself. Thank you. And again, we're saying that as consumers, we trust business owners that show up, that are consistent, and they show up with quality. I think quality is a fair word for us to use, right? So y'all know we'll have to transition into this question. How much time do you spend on worried about stuff like this? How much time do we spend with a content and drafts? Lord have mercy. I am going to be preaching to myself today. How much time or opportunities do I waste because I don't have it put together like that? And then I'll distract myself and go sit on the toilet and scroll on TikTok and see somebody's video that they made in their bedroom and it's got 61,000 likes on it. You be like, what am I doing? Important thing to note though, as I say that, I don't want us to get lost and too impressed by that. Because I feel like what y'all are saying is the quality and the consistency is what really moves the needle when it comes to this money. This is a reflection question for all of us, y'all, as a business owner. How much time do I spend on these edits, man? How much time do I spend sitting on this content? How much time do I spend thinking about my aesthetic instead of just getting on out there? Now, this is April 2025. But if you were here in January of 2020, almost 5 years ago, I was going live at my dining room table. I didn't even have a ring light. I propped my phone up against the little vase that's in the middle of my dining room table and went live. And then I was like, oh, I should buy like a ring light or something. And the journey started from there. 5 years ago, friend. So I don't want to talk from a place only from my today. I just think that's important for the setting the tone here with this conversation, okay? But I get it. I get it. Rashana says none. She said, my content is the world, so all I got to do is record. So many people miss the point in this industry. Our content is literally the easiest. Yeah, I feel you. Allison says she spends a lot of time spending. She says, I spend a lot of time spending just time. I say that because I get started and my ADHD gets me off into something else. I have to be very intentional and talk aloud to myself and stay focused all the way through. I feel you, girl. That's why I have to put my phone down and put it on do not disturb. I see one notification about the Carmelo Anthony case been updated, and here I go down a rabbit hole on TikTok. Girl, I need somebody to FaceTime to talk about that case with. Girl, it's hard. She says your room painted this way. Girl, this one wall behind me is painted orange, and what's making half of it pink is my GVM light. Y'all know I love these GVM lights. They are in my Amazon store. I love them. I love them. I love them. I do not use ring lights anymore. Hey, mama. Y'all tap the heart for mama. My mother-in-law is here, but I call her mom. What's up, girl? This is a reflection question about how much time we spend editing content. The next time you be in CapCut, you're going to be thinking about this. Allison said, I'm just saying, I used to also write stories and poems. I still have around 11 half finished books. I'm sitting literally on possible millions. You know what? This is good. because, and this is why in the Conquer Club in February we did Love Where You Are. That was our theme. Because I felt like a lot of us, I can only talk from being a black woman, being in business, and literally being in my business by myself, solo, working from home. Baby, all I got is a dollar and dream. Are you gonna with me? Are you gonna roll with me? We'll sit on half executed ideas sometime. And that was something that when I hired my last marketing coach, she had to snap me out of that. Have executed ideas. I was sitting on so much potential. She was like, bro, you ain't even got to do all of that. If you can just execute the stuff that you have now, this is easily, at that time, she was like, this is easy, multi 6 figure, 7 figure brand. She was like, no doubt. She even told me, she said, start going live at a certain time. She said, you're going to blow up. She was like, just leverage what you have. And as simple as it sounds, and as cliche as it sounds, so many of us have been sitting on stuff. Sitting on stuff. For real. It does not serve us. What did we say in the live yesterday? Who am I to sit on my gifts? God gave me the ability to do this for women every day. And I'm sitting at home spinning my wheels, won't do it because I don't think I'm cute enough, or I ain't got no edges, or I think my voice, like, who am I to deny people that? But I feel you, Allison, because it is a lot to manage. I have to dedicate my life to conquer, literally. So it's a lot, but you're right, girl. You are sitting on not possible millions. I bet you're sitting on millions for sure, girl. So I'll say all that to say I feel you. I do. Ty says, me and content don't mix. It literally makes me sick. I talk to people every day, and all those people know about my brand before I leave their presence. However, I understand the value of an online presence in digital, but I'm going to just pay someone to do it when I can. Girl, content, can we all agree on this? Can we all agree on this? Okay, we're going to come together and we're going to hold hands and we're going to say this in unison. Content creating can truly feel like it's its own job inside your business. If you really want to show up every day and, the coach is saying post 6 times a day, post at the perfect times, and the algorithm this, and if you like, it's child, it is a lot. I get it. And I also know I've been such a geek and nerd about the future of social media, and I'm not getting into it because that's not my wheelhouse, that's not my expertise. But having an online presence in a couple of years is going to be the bare minimum to be able to compete in the marketplace. But it is a lot. I feel like it has gotten different for me because I didn't have to work during the day anymore. I can do this during the day. It makes a difference because it takes a lot of hours. You talking about brainstorming the content, recording the content, editing the content, planning the content, going back, engaging with content. Make sure you go live. Make sure you post your story. Make sure it's the right caption, the hashtag. Now they telling you it's copyrighted. Now you saying it's removed. Now I got a community strike. Now it's just baby. It's just baby. Hand me a pack of cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I mean, just you're stressing me out here. Allison says she's agree. She agrees. What's up, Hannah? Thank y'all on TikTok. See you, girl. I see you, girl. Nakia's on Instagram. She said, child, too much time trying to make it perfect. Girl, I feel you. Allison says, I agree. Rashana says, the richest place is the graveyard. And after this, we're going to dive into my last topic in our 1 minute mastermind. She said, the richest place is the graveyard. Get those ideas out and do it, friends. So many people have died with rich ideas. We talked about that in the Conquer Club last night. And we do it as, and the reason why we say it is because a lot of us, I mean, we're sitting on a lot of potential. So slow and steady. Y'all know that's always my motto. Slow and steady, girl. Slow and steady like a sniper. Slow and steady. Slow and steady like a sniper. Coco says, if you have time today, can you look at my dad's? Oh, honey, I already seen it. It's beautiful. I Coco, I was watching it, but when you pulled it out, it was so triggering for me because of course my daddy just passed away to be like 2 months on this Friday. It was so triggering for me. I had to scroll past it, but it was beautiful, so beautiful. And it inspired me to think about how I'm going to memorialize my daddy also. So I think it was beautiful, girl. I already saw it. So I said, and all that is just too much for me. You want to taste this wine or not? It's a lot. I ain't gonna lie, girl. It is a lot. But there are a lot of things that we can do to where content doesn't feel so overwhelming. I think a tip that somebody gave me a while ago about creating content, and I ain't no content guru. Not my thing. Okay. But she was like, what is your best way to do content? Some of us can type up a bomb post, so maybe blogging is your thing. And I know me, if I can go live, I'm good. But if I got to sit down and think about, it's just too much for me. It's gonna stress me out, child. I'm gonna end up going there and fix me something to eat and watch me a true crime documentary on Peacock. But going live, this is my thing. You give me a little mic and a little light, I'm good. So I was like, live show. It's just gonna be what it is. I ain't posting no TikTok in 28 days, but I'm gonna go live. Okay. She says, thank you. I'm sorry about your loss. Thank you, sweetie pie. I appreciate it so much. I do, girl. Definitely a rough time. So good topic. Good topic, y'all. This is the type of stuff that we talk about inside the Conquer Club every Tuesday night. The Conquer Club is the place that you come to conquer your consistency. We have women like you always see Rashana in the show, conquering her consistency. Our idea with doing content is just to meet where your everyday life is. So let's see more about the Conquer Club, girl.
Me, the Conquer Club is a sisterhood. I didn't know a lot of these ladies. I have truly made connections, real friendships, bonds. I've cried with these ladies. It elevated my business so much. Just putting a foot on the gas and stomping on necks, like literally. I'm really proud to be a part of this space, and I think this is what entrepreneurs need.
Better get into it. Better get into it. Get into it. This is our space where we come every Tuesday night. You talk about your own live streams, your own content, your own goals. For right now, we're talking about our goals for the summer inside our businesses. I know I told y'all, baby, I want to be outside speaking. So that's going to be my big goal. The show is a part of that strategy. I mean, like just being intentional, slow and steady, like a sniper out here in the marketplace, because there's no need to do what's we feel in the Conquer Club that there is no need to do what's trendy or what's aesthetically pleasing if you just honor being yourself. And if you're out doing your business every day, living your business every day, then content just becomes a way to document that. Rashana says, oh, that's me. Yes. Yes. Shout out to the Conquer Club. Let's get into our last topic, y'all, because we only got 15 minutes until we have to wrap this show up and we'll be back tomorrow. Let's do a 1-minute mastermind on this topic that we've been talking about on today. Okay. So 1-minute mastermind. I lost my work phone when I went to go speak in Georgia. I don't know where it's at. If you got my work phone, please call me, send it back. I send you a few dollars. I send you a little few dollars to get you a 4. But so I don't have my timer. So I do want to do. Let me see where I got time at. Let's do 60 seconds. here. I'm gonna let my clock turn 11:46. And then let's do a 60-second mastermind. This idea of waiting for content to be perfect for it to be aesthetically pleasing. And if you enjoyed the show today, please y'all help me help the algorithm reach some more girls. We can have some more conversation and tap the screen. Please, girl. Please tap the screen if you're liking the show and you want some more girls to be able to join us. We want to find some new friends. And if you have some friends, some business besties, some girls you go to church with, go to the club with, or whatever, and they have business, tag them or DM this to them and say, girl, this was a really good conversation. I think you should check it out. I appreciate that. We have a beautiful community of us. It's not just me. Okay. All right, let's get into the 1 minute mastermind. I got a couple of seconds before I start. I want to dive into if you're struggling with waiting too long to edit content. This is some of the stuff that I have planned for myself that I'm gonna use, and I want to see. All right, so 1 minute mastermind. There are 3 different tools that I want to tell you about when it comes to content creating to make it a little easier, to make it a little bit organized, and hopefully help you conquer some time back. So the first one is this platform I'm on. I love so much with your StreamYard. You can go live at a lot of different places at one time. You can highlight the comments. And good thing is you can upload an old video and stream that as a live stream. So your audience will see it as live and it's really an old video. Perfect if you got podcast episodes, webinars, and things like that. The second one is going to be Opus Pro. I love Opus Pro. It'll take a long video and turn it into a short. It'll put the captions on. It'll do all of the amazing things. I'll drop these in the comments. And the last one, the last tool is Metricool. Y'all know I love Metricool. It is a free platform. You can schedule out your TikTok, schedule out your YouTube shorts, schedule out your Facebook posts, your Instagram stuff all in one place. And that is your 60-second, 1 minute mastermind for today. Yes. So we'll be back tomorrow with the show. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you love the show, you will truly, truly, truly love the podcast that I do every Tuesday night. I do Conquer Conversations on Apple Podcasts. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. And we also have it on Spotify. So check it out, girl. All right, y'all. That is it, y'all. Truly so amazing. Y'all already know the vibes. When y'all wake up tomorrow, make sure y'all conquer something. And I will see y'all on the show tomorrow. Hope you have a great day, girl. I'm about to go to the gym. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, ladies.